Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
What's up, it's your girl, Sasha Banks, the legit boss, and you're watching Going In Raw. You like that?
This is Shayna Baszler, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up? This is the most must-see WWE superstar of all time and his lovely, gorgeous wife,
Marie.
and you are going in Smackdown Live.
This is the glorious one, Bobby Roode, and you're watching Going In Raw.
Hey guys, this is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up? It's the moonwalking, trash talking princess of Staten Island. I want to remind you all that Mela is money, and you're watching Going In Raw.
Hi, this is Shinsuke Nakamura. Just keep watching Going In the Raw.
This is the knockout artist, Cassius Ohno, and you're Going In Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw.
2018 be over with already.
Yes. Look at me. I am so
You're
like
lost in thought.
I am lost in thought right now.
Pontificating about some dilemma facing you via OBS.
Let's see here. Deactivate.
Now everybody's got to sit through that intro all
Activate.
over again.
Now we'll just do the Patreon and then we'll
Fair
just go
enough.
to straight to
Everybody's
us.
Everybody's tired of a minute
We'll
and a
go
half intro
straight
anyways.
to us. We should just do intro-less for the rest of the year.
Deal.
All right, everybody. You're just going to have to sit through the Patreon thing, and then we'll get back to it. Here we go.
Be a part of Going In Raw today at patreon.com/.
Boys and girls,
Be a part of Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Steven Larson. Starting at $1 a month, you can enjoy Going In Raw ad-free, gain access to the daily 30-minute Going In Raw post-show, exclusive merchandise, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steven Larson, and available wherever fine podcasts can be found. We're going intro less for the rest of the year. Maybe. We only have like a couple days left. I'm working on the new shorter intros.
Cool.
So screw it. We're going to get just right to the business at hand.
I mean, it's novel to have all those awesome WWE superstars in the intro. It's like I'm over a minute, though.
Yeah, it's really
intro.
long, and, you know, you hear people whining about it in the comments. And, you know, when it's constructive criticism, I'm totally fine.
Oh, totally.
Like all the little, like on the intro, too, there's been a couple comments about all the little digital images that, like, sort of...
Oh, the artifacts and such.
So I'm redoing the intros, and I'm, like, bringing those down, like, to, like, 20% as opposed to, like, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing that. And yeah, we're going to make that intro short. What we're going to do is, for the new year, we're going to have multiple intros loading up, on a per day basis.
Yeah.
We're only 3. Well, first of all, Monday through Friday, every intro that happens is still going to start with the Undisputed Era.
Yeah, that's
because nothing beats Adam Cole saying boys and girls to kick things off.
Yeah.
Nothing beats that. But then it'll be followed by 2 to 3 other intros instead of the entire line of them. So, I'm going to keep that as short as possible.
Cool.
So, yeah. Anyways, how was your Christmas?
It was good. It's first time hosting. It went well.
We sort of half host.
Yeah.
We do my parents' house on Christmas Eve, and then my house Christmas morning. But then my parents and my in-laws bring food to breakfast.
No, my wife and I cooked everything.
You're damn that.
I made some awesome chili.
I'm doing that till I'm way
Christmas
older.
Eve night.
Yeah.
That's easy to dump a bunch of stuff in a crock pot and let it simmer. And then I made a roast yesterday.
That's cool.
That was really good.
Did you get what you wanted for Christmas?
I didn't really ask for anything.
You didn't ask for like an Intercontinental Championship title?
No.
No? All right.
No.
Well, what are you going to do? I didn't get it.
Bummer for you.
I'm joking. I didn't have What am I going to do with a title?
Exactly.
I didn't win that thing.
Exactly. You didn't earn it.
No, Lacey got me the Retrone 5.
Oh, yeah, the game thing.
I played the Adventures of Bayou Billy yesterday.
Why?
Because I wanted to see if it's just as difficult now as it was back then.
And?
It's even more so.
Yeah.
It's horrifyingly difficult.
Yeah.
I
got some new skillets, frying pans, which is good because I really needed them.
I clowned the shit out of Lacey when she got me cookingware.
Why?
Like years ago, I was like, why did you do this? She's like, well, we need new pans. And I'm like, could you have gotten me like something cool? Oh man, I'm a terrible husband. Anyways, so SmackDown was like, well, first of all,
we got some stuff we need to cover first. So there's confusion apparently about the count out that went up yesterday morning. Here's the deal: we originally shot those to air New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
We had to readjust the schedule because some things came across our plate. And so we really were in a position where we could just reshoot both of the episodes, so we didn't. So Steve tried to eliminate the references best he could. I guess they were more numerous than previously thought.
Here's the thing.
That's the extent of it.
One of the biggest differences between you and I is your attention to detail when it comes to quality control. I do not believe in quality control. I believe in just throwing stuff out there.
You believe in doing it and releasing it.
With the minimum amount of effort. And so when I was tasked with going back through and making sure, I deleted references to it being Christmas. No, I'm sorry, to it being New Year's.
Yeah. But not the two episodes go up the same day.
And I thought maybe somewhere in between the intro and the outro, like during the actual show, we might have referenced it. But I don't care. I just toss it out there. A couple comments saying, hey, where was the other one? Kudos to those people for paying attention.
Yeah, good job paying attention. The other one will be up on Saturday.
Yeah.
It'll be up on Saturday, yes.
So, I mean, like we were joking about this, we're just limping our way towards the end of the year. It's just us two. We put out a lot of content. That's no excuse, but it kind of is an excuse. It is what it is. The content, the meat of the content is there.
Yeah.
So you'll get it eventually.
Also, Friendo Awards nominees are open for voting. We should check this before we use the community tab to do the voting. You can only have 5 options per poll. Therefore, I put instructions up. People just breeze by.
You love instructions because nobody ever
reads them. So I did, break up a couple categories.
Yeah.
Actually, like half of them amongst 2 different polls.
Yeah.
Some people I think were double voting. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the top vote getters for those categories where they're broken up multiple posts and essentially do a runoff of the top 3 or 4 vote getters.
Good example. I think in the best wrestler category, Shayna Baszler only has like 7%. Or last I checked, it was like 2 days ago. Yeah. She only has like 7%. So it's easy to say that she's not going to be the one.
I mean, really, for Wrestler of the Year, it's down to Gargano or Becky Lynch.
Exactly. And I mean, I'd like to know, people voted for Mustafa Ali. Like, I'm fine putting Mustafa Ali. I'm fine putting everybody but Shayna in there. Maybe taking Kenny out. Maybe.
Yeah, I'd probably do Gargano, Ali, Ciampa, and Lynch. Those
but if we could do fine, just find out where the votes were going to go for Shayna Baszler.
Yeah.
Just divvy those up between the rest of them. Let's do all the top 5. You can do 5. Let's do 5.
We should have done 5 to begin with.
I know. Well, live and learn.
Or I found last year we did our vote through a survey site. Found out after we already put the poll up that we had a limit on how many votes we could accept. Yeah. I found a place that's got accepted unlimited votes. So
next year we're still doing community tab.
All right.
I like community.
Only
community
5 nominees. No, I get it. It drives traffic to the YouTube channel. It's smart. Yeah.
Here's the thing. When you do something new, something will pop up. Some caveat will pop up.
Yes.
You'll say, man, this place said it was free, and then it said free, but with a $10,000 a month subscription. It's something weird.
No,
it's going to be something weird. I'm sure you did. I have no doubt you did. You did your due diligence. But they trick you, man. They trick you. They know that you're not paying complete attention because who can pay complete attention?
Actually, the problem was I put this up, like these polls up at like 5:30 in the morning because I got way too early.
Yeah.
And I had like the first 4 or 5 topics up or categories up until I realized the first one had more than 5. I was like, oh. Instead of just like waiting and finding other options, I was like, oh, whatever, I'll just do it.
Yeah, no,
it'll work itself out.
Yeah, no, I'm not worried.
And as often as we referenced, we made a whole point in that video saying, no, vote's happening at the community tab.
Yeah, we're all in on the community tab.
So we couldn't deviate from that. So that really couldn't do much about it.
All in on the community tab. Yeah, we could have used Wrestling Amino app, but then look, the community. We live on YouTube. All right, for better or worse. We live on this. You remember that movie, The Money Pit?
Uh-huh.
Right. We kind of live in that house.
Yeah, we do.
The way things are going on YouTube. Anyways, enough about that business. First up, we should talk about this on Raw. The one thing.
Oh yeah.
That they decided.
Did you watch Vince's promo at all? His Santa promo.
They could not trust us with the information that Santa Vince provided during Raw in the live crowd, the live arena. So there was, in fact, something that we missed during our Raw review, which was Santa Claus, a.k.a. Vince McMahon, decided to deliver the joy of Christmas via a couple of gifts. Women's tag titles are coming in 2019, confirmed by Vince himself. Mm-hmm. And also, John Cena is going to be making a return to TV.
And he was advertised as Smackdown last night, coming back next week.
Yeah, that's pretty huge news. That's good news.
He said he wasn't doing any TV during this latest round of the
dude, as soon as they said Vince is coming back, I knew ratings. What is the one person we know brings ratings?
What
did you make of the way he announced it and the Santa Claus promo and all that stuff?
I didn't watch any of it.
Oh, really?
Nope.
But here's the thing,
I'm sure it was cheesy.
In your head, you know what it was.
Yeah.
Right. So understanding that, what was your take on that delivery? Is that in keeping with the McMahon shakeup? We're listening to the people, so we're going to have Vince get in the Santa Claus outfit?
I don't know about so much listening to the people, but I guess if the idea is he's giving gifts to the WWE Universe, it's Christmas time, I guess it's fitting that he's in some sort of Santa Claus get-up, yes. However, just the tone and timbre of his voice isn't one I normally associated with good old Saint Nick.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So there's a bit of a disconnect there. Like his voice is so
gravelly.
Well, you hear it, you know exactly who it is.
Oh yeah.
Why disguise yourself as Santa Claus?
Oh no, I was fine with
that. How
that.
about this? What about this? This would be weird. Have say Big Show dress up as Santa, and Vince comes and sits on his lap and says, "Santa, this is what I want to give the WWE Universe for Christmas this year."
I actually kind of like that idea better, but you're right. It would be really weird.
It would be really weird.
That'd be very strange. Yeah. I thought it was really hokey and cheesy. I guess I would have preferred a different way to go about it, but whatever. I don't know. The whole thing is so weird. We still have to find out. Number one, I'm glad that a lot of people on Twitter really actually appreciated that Rude Gable match.
It was really good. All the matches
really
on that the episode of Raw on Monday were really good.
I like that WWE specifically, the WWE social media sort of, and the wrestlers involved understood that it was a really kind of I don't want to say special match, but it was a really good match.
Well, it's probably the first time in the main roster that the Revival really had an opportunity to show what they could do.
Yeah, completely, and that is a special thing. So yeah, there was that. We didn't really miss a whole lot of else on Raw. There was superstars telling us what they want. That was silly.
Wait, gifts? They want their Christmas lists?
Yeah. Heath Slater said, "I just want my best friend back, Rhino."
Oh.
And I know I didn't watch, but I know they did an Alexa Bliss one. She probably said some snarky stuff. I don't know.
All right, I thought Heath Slater's going to ask for a new Cuisinart or something like that.
That was the yeah, that's what he was supposed to do. And then he said, "Man, I just want my friend back. I want my best friend Rhino back."
All right,
something like that. I saw that one, and then they gave him that.
I mean, those guys are all pretty reasonably well paid. I mean, they can go buy a new Cuisinart for themselves.
Well, yeah, but dude, he's his best friend.
No, I get that. But why do I want to see wrestlers saying I want this for Christmas and it's just material things?
As I said, I didn't watch the rest of them.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if anybody else actually.
I mean, if
said,
it's stuff like that,
I want
my best friend back or Alexa Bliss, doing something snarky. I get that.
I want a deep fry. I don't know if anybody said I want
an air
a
fryer.
Deep fryer.
Yeah,
exactly.
Those are all the rage now. Those air fryers.
I want an old timey vintage popcorn machine.
Yeah.
For my home theater.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody said that.
Okay.
So maybe they did. I'm actually half curious to see what they'd get on Amazon if they did.
Mm-hmm.
This shirt's killing my soul right now.
Are you going to take it off?
Take over. Why don't you start?
Take it off. No, I'm going to do these super chats real quick. In original name, witnessed my first botch intro live. Truly a Christmas miracle. Merry Christmas to you. Alto, got part ownership of WWE for Christmas from Vince. Wow, congratulations. What percentage? BreakingControllers.com. What are your favorite presents you got this year? Also, the devil. It's probably the new skillets, man. Because make my eggs in the morning, and they stick to the pan. Because the skillet I had, the nonstick stuff was all wearing off.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to put butter in there, but I want to put butter unless I absolutely need it.
Yeah.
Just so stuff doesn't stick.
Yeah.
And so I just got new nonstick skillets.
Yeah, those are good.
It's like the most practical gift I got. It's actually...
You like that insurance commercial where the dude used to be cool and then he just turned into like a...
Oh, yeah, like his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got
a new coffee maker, too.
I got... my mother-in-law actually got me some cool some clothes that I was like, wow, you're actually pretty in tune with what I like.
The best gift is always just money.
I didn't get any money this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Did you get any money this year? Nice. That's cool. Like from an in-law?
No.
A grandma? A grandparent?
No.
Well, like your parents?
Yeah.
They just hooked you up with money?
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's cool. What did my dad get me? My dad got me a Farmer's Almanac.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
These days...
And the WWE calendar.
My
right?
dad, he almost exclusively gets me troll gifts. He did give me a $50 gift card to Barnes & Noble, too. So that's good. But, yeah, basically it's all troll gifts.
The Farmer's Almanac, was it a recent one or like one from the 1800s?
2019.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of funny if it was one from the 1800s.
So apparently I can find out what day it's going to rain.
Yes.
So anyways, let's talk about SmackDown.
Oh, we got one more. Power Packers. Just want to say Merry late Christmas, friendos.
Merry late Christmas.
Right back at you, Power Packers. Thank you.
SmackDown opened up. Well, in a nutshell, what do you think?
It was a fun show. I was pretty tired last night.
Pretty big title change.
Yeah.
I mean,
they get a lot of time.
Considering they don't do anything with the U.S. title, it's kind of a big title change. It had big fight feel, though. That's what I liked about it.
How much of that, though, was the piped in chants and cheering?
Oh, I don't know. I think some of it is the way they filmed. The way they filmed it. Like when they linger about a lot before the bell rings, that to me is big fight feel.
Oh, yeah, it helps.
But I agree, the piped in crowd really helped give it a big fight feel.
Yeah.
I was fine with that.
The show kicked off with Fabulous Truth walking to the ring. R-Truth dressed as Santa Claus, or Truthy Claus.
Truthy Claus.
As he was named. And then Carmelfa.
Mm-hmm.
So they dropped a promo. What?
These fools in the Discord have already turned my Thinking Steve botch into an emote.
Oh, dear.
You guys are the worst and the best.
Oh, dear. So they talk for a bit, and then Carmella wants to do a 7-second carol break. Truthy Claus says, sure. They start singing.
He says, is my cousin Carol here? And she says, no, A Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
And then they start singing a really poor rendition of
Jingle Bells?
Jingle Bells, I think, yeah.
And it was interrupted by Daniel Bryan. He comes out.
He just rains on everybody's parade.
Yeah, he pretty much says Santa Claus is like the symbol of like commercialism, materialism, and that's what drives climate change. And if climate change continues, it'll be North Pole, and therefore no more Santa Claus.
Yeah, and then he started out by yelling at everybody, calling him fickle. Then he goes into that routine. Truth calls him an angry little elf. He already mentioned. Oh no, then they do a 7-second. Then Daniel Bryan. Truth says, once I get number 30 in the Rumble, I'm going to win the Rumble, and then I'm going to beat you for your title if you even make it to the Rumble with your title.
Mania as champion. Yeah.
As champion. And then Daniel Bryan says something like, you can't even count to 30, and then Truth counts to 7, which leads him to a 7-second dance break, which Daniel Bryan very rudely interrupts with a chop block.
Yes.
And
starts destroying R-Truth's leg around the ring post.
Yeah.
Another chop block. Heel hook.
Mm-hmm.
He releases. Danielson stomps.
I really wish they'd start referring it to at least like the Bryan stomps.
I know.
You know?
I know.
Do something with it.
I know.
Because it's so his thing now.
Oh, I know. And then one more heel hook.
I really wish they would have let Carmella at least try to get a kick in on Daniel Bryan.
Instead of just yelling at him.
She just yelled at him. She just needs to kick him in the head or something, you know. After that, I would say match of the night, but that main event was really, really good.
It got really good, especially towards the end, yeah.
We had Andrade Cien Almas El Idolo versus the newest member of SmackDown. How long are they going to keep on referring to Mustafa Ali? Well, I guess if call-ups are going to happen within the next 3 weeks, he can't be referred to as the newest member of
SmackDown Live. But I wonder how long they refer to him as the Heart of 205 Live.
Till a couple weeks from now when they cancel that show?
Yeah, maybe.
They just got to get Cedric
out.
No,
they have to change the tense then. Not he. I guess they are saying in the past tense already.
They get Cedric out of there, Drew Gulak and Buddy Murphy out of there, off that sinking ship, and they can cancel it. I hope not. I hope they don't.
No, I don't want to cancel it either.
Those guys getting paid.
I'd say maybe above NXT, but probably well below anybody else in the main roster.
Because it feels like they have a kind of a plum gig.
I know, working 2 days a week, probably. I think the champ works some Raw house shows.
House shows?
So we went to the Raw house show. Was Enzo champ then? Or was it still Neville?
Neville.
I don't think it was Neville. I think it was Enzo.
Anyways.
No, wait. That was the SmackDown house show I went to.
Anyways, this is a really fun match. Andrade Almas versus Mustafa Ali. Mustafa Ali really proven why he belongs on main roster.
Oh, heck yeah.
All of his selling, people just are wowed by. You know, nobody looks better getting their butt whooped than Mustafa Ali.
I know.
Really fantastic. And they let him pick up a win with the 054.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
I know.
I mean,
they're
not
giving
giving
him a pretty good push.
Yeah.
Combine this with the backstage segment where Daniel Bryan started beating him up.
Yeah.
Is it possible we get Daniel Bryan versus Mustafa Ali at the Rumble for the title?
What did Mustafa?
Is Mustafa Ali going to win the Rumble and take on Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania?
Is Mustafa Ali going to be next WWE champion? No, none of that's going to happen. But
I mean, it's a pretty
well. We have to find out. Hold on, we have to find out what's going to happen next week on SmackDown first, because he might, he might get punished for trying to kill Daniel Bryan.
Bryan's fine. He's not injured, so
might
he's
get
fine.
punished.
It's all good, man. It's
might
fine.
get punished.
He's fine.
They said they whisked Daniel Bryan and the referee back to a room to take a look at what happened on the TV.
Oh yeah.
But according to, I don't know, whatever flipping dirt sheet said that.
It's one of those accidents. Just things just happen.
They say, Daniel Bryan, how do you find Mustafa Ali guilty?
He probably said my jaw hurts a little bit, but I'm good.
Nah, he said, I did an impact test.
I mean, they probably did all that.
Of course they did. He found out all.
Well, I don't know, because they I don't know if they'd have enough time to do a full impact test before he has to be out there for the opening segment of the next episode of SmackDown, because we experienced, we went to the back-to-back taping of Raw. There was
pretty
like
quick.
A 3-minute break. There was,
and that was literally just production stuff.
Yep.
They would have
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see, man.
But he didn't look like he.
No, he looked fine.
Obviously had his bell rung or anything.
Yeah, no, he looked fine. I'm just saying, And he didn't ring Andrade Almas's bell with his 054.
No, they let him do the 054.
So maybe he's out of the doghouse now.
I think he's fine. I don't think he was ever in the doghouse.
I doubt they're going to do that at the Rumble's a month away.
Yeah.
It's going to be on. It'll be on SmackDown. They'll give him a one-on-one match on SmackDown. Oh, they had one.
Yeah.
They'll have another one. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to play out.
Because, I thought it was going to be AJ versus Daniel Bryan, the Rumble.
It should be.
But then this whole ending segment on SmackDown, I don't know how to read that per se.
That's weird. What's Vince doing? He's going to throw at his dang hip.
He seemed pretty pleased with himself, though.
He seemed almost orgasmic.
Oh, I know.
He was like, oh.
I know.
We'll talk about that when we get there.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about there. A brief Samoa Joe promo leading up to his match against Jeff Hardy. Oh, he said Jeff Hardy's new addiction is Samoa Joe.
Yeah. Yeah. It's Samoa Joe. Like, he can't. There's nothing he's going to say that's going to be bad.
Yeah.
At the same time, there is one interesting thing about this match that actually shed a little bit of light on it for me. Pure speculation.
Or you want to wait till we get there?
No, we can talk about it now real quick. Jeff Hardy, Devin the Dude pointed out.
I saw that too.
Jeff Hardy was wearing the same.
Was it the same or just similar
attire?
See, I thought because I saw that tweet, and granted, I from that little still he put, I had a hard time seeing if the exact pattern on his face was fine, but
sure.
I just guessed he was wearing red and green because of the Christmas.
Well, it's a pretty big coincidence. I mean,
I know.
I totally get it. Like, he could have had any number. Like, I don't know. Like, I think a couple of people pointed out the face was the same paint. I could be completely wrong, but our Twitter could be completely wrong. You could look it up. Victory Road
2011.
So what we're getting at here is it was pointed out on the Twitter that Jeff Hardy appeared to be wearing the same makeup. Oh, there's a good shot of it. The same makeup and attire combo. Oh, that doesn't have a lot of green in it, though.
Mm-mm. But he's got the red shirt. And
so it was very similar.
Yeah.
And that, of course, Victory Road 2011 is when he came to the match, obviously inebriated or high on something, probably drunk. And he had something that looked fairly similar, although I guess there was green in the face paint. On SmackDown last night, and of course they're going through the storyline where Joe was talking about Jeff Hardy being, having exactly, yeah. So it kind of like that to me says that maybe this is something that Jeff Hardy's really, really into. Maybe this is something that him and Joe brought to the table. I don't know. But
no, when I saw Devin the Dude's tweet, I was like, oh, that's an interesting kind of wrinkle to
for sure
stuff.
Yeah.
And maybe that was part of the intention, but then, also with it being Christmas, maybe it was just kind of a coincidence.
Happy coincidence. That totally could be. I'd like to think there's more to it. Jeff Hardy is obviously a very creative guy. It wouldn't surprise me if him and Samoa Joe, both guys who really appreciate, the more cinematic aspect of things, if they did something like that, sort of mirrored back then. But anyways, moving on. The use, because I'm not like really huge on this, but I would be a bit. I think it would be more interesting to me if I understood backstage that this is something Jeff Hardy was maybe bringing to the table. Then I'd be actually a bit more open to it, because it's like I like when wrestlers get to sort of express their creativity as opposed to just some writer said, hey, Jeff Hardy used to be, or he's an alcoholic, he's been sober for a long time. Let's toss that out there because Samoa Joe could do it. I'd much prefer if somebody else, if like one of the wrestlers brought it to the table.
Yes, agreed.
I don't know.
Especially something as potentially sensitive as that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, of course. And on top of that, like maybe there's something cathartic in it for Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, definitely.
As a person, given that he does sort of tie himself so closely to his performance.
Definitely.
I'd like that. After that, we had Usos and the Club.
Yes, versus Sandy and Thebar, 8-man tag match. New Day. It's on commentary.
Yeah, that was great. And they looked amazing. Kofi was dressed as Santa.
Xavier Woods just had like a Santa.
He's had a really cool Christmas theme, like a blue suit.
And Big E was oiling himself up.
Yeah, it was always great. Commentary was really pushing that this could signal sort of
a new phase,
a
in the
sea
tag
change.
division.
Yeah, in the tag division. So hopefully that does mean we're going to get more of the Club and the bar, Thebar. Did you read Animal's comments on SmackDown Live? So did you see the headline about how he said that Becky Lynch needs to ease off on demand stuff?
Yeah, I saw that. And I read what he said, and it's
so no, I agree. What was striking about the entirety of the interview, though, is just how detailed, and that's one thing that I kind of appreciated. I didn't agree with like 90% of what Animal said.
And I saw what your tweet about it. At least he follows the product these days.
Closely.
Yeah.
Because he was pointing out stuff that we would point out.
Yeah.
Like, for example, Carl Anderson wearing powder blue and Doc Gallows not, wearing black.
Yeah.
And he said, what kind of tag team is that? They're not even thematically sound. And I'm like, that dude is paying close attention. He obviously has what I consider to be some antiquated thoughts about wrestling. Giving him a bit of the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he was talking about. I think when he was talking about the problem with having women main event your show was more that the rest of the show is so weak, and that's a problem. That's giving him a massive amount of benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm sorry I cut you off.
No, I was going to agree with you. He's got very antiquated views in terms of heel face, that kind of stuff. Like he had a problem with a face versus face or heel versus heel thing happening.
Yeah. He also criticized the idea of Daniel Bryan not selling a lot of merch now that he's a heel. And that's sort of par for the course, though.
That's my understanding.
Right. That's what I've heard anyways.
Yeah.
And that's what Adam Mayhem literally told me. He was like, back in the day, according to Adam Mayhem's educational, teachings, heels used to get paid more by the promoters because they couldn't sell merch. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was kind of funny that he was. I mean, say what you will about the guy, he's paying close attention.
Yeah, he is paying attention
to at least SmackDown. So, anyways, I like this match because it gave us the Club and it gave us sanity.
Yeah, and especially gave us the Club picking up a W.
And it was Carl Anderson picking up the pin on Cesaro.
It's usually the opposite. Usually it's Carl Anderson with his shoulders to the canvas. Instead, Club hit Magic Killer. Carl Anderson pins Cesaro, one of the tag team champions, to pick up the win.
Yeah.
So, hopefully we'll get more Club in the tag title picture going forward.
And sanity, man. I love that demo. I think
demo's great. Saw a fun splash last night.
Mm-hmm.
Next, mentioned this briefly earlier, Mustafa Ali's backstage. He gets hugged by Brian Kendrick, Akira Tozawa, Cedric Alexander. Everybody congratulating him on his win. He walks up to Shelton Benjamin. At first, Shelton Benjamin kind of gives a little bit of mean face.
Mm-hmm.
Then says, I'd like to officially welcome you to SmackDown Live. They shake hands, and right there, Daniel Bryan attacks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he shouts, "You don't deserve to be here."
Yeah, it's pretty rough. So I don't know. Boy, I'm down for a rematch, though.
Yeah, especially at the Rumble.
I am super down for that.
Or WrestleMania. Mustafa Ali wins a Rumble, confirmed.
I mean, I'd be down with that.
I know.
It'd be a little oddball.
Well, I don't think it'd be oddball because they're obviously pushing him and there's time to push him, but it just seemed kind of
too good to be true.
Yeah. It's like we're listening to what our fans have to say, so we're going to take one of the best wrestlers. A wrestler who's on 205 Live, a show basically a small amount of our audience that watched, and push him to be top guy on SmackDown.
They're listening to you.
Yeah,
man.
Listening to me.
Literally, it's just Larson.
Yeah. Because I want Mustafa Ali to unify the top two belts on Raw and SmackDown.
We don't even have him booked on We Book Raw.
Yeah, no, we got to change that.
Yeah, absolutely. New leader of Slot. I got a bunch of ideas for We Book Raw, by the way.
Oh, okay.
I've been coming up with a bunch of ideas over the weekend. After that, we had...
this is a weird segment.
Oh no, this is the Mania match. The only question is like, how is
I know.
How is Miz gonna turn on Shane? Unless they do Shane turning on Miz, that'd be interesting. Miz TV with Shane. Miz again. A very very convincing performance.
Yeah, I know.
Talking about his dad and wanting to make him proud.
He said all the accomplishments he's managed to accomplish in his life. WWE champion, winning the Rumble, being a Grand Slam champion, being a reality TV star, movie star. He said at no point has Mr. Miz ever said to him, "I'm proud of you." The closest he's came is when he saw Shane win World's Cup and was so impressed by his performance and said, "You should really form a tag team with Shane. You would be the best."
Mm-hmm.
And so he's doing all this to get affirmation from his father.
Yeah.
And that seemed to have struck a chord with Shane. Because after The Miz implored the WWE Universe to make their voices heard, since it's a new era of WWE where apparently they just poll the fans about whatever they want to do, Shane says, "All right, we'll do a tag team."
I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it was very natural. I guess you can call it organic, but I thought that it built on the strength of the performances, both by The Miz and then Shane really was convincing in him coming around to this idea.
Well, it really spoke to. I mean, Miz didn't have to say it, but we've all heard stories, and I think Shane's mentioned it before on TV, where Vince wasn't the warmest dad.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
So
yeah,
even now when they have in-ring segments like the one on Raw that we went to, I don't know if you noticed, but Stephanie comes out, and Vince hugs her, and then Shane comes out, and it's kind of a weird, awkward side hug.
Yeah, and then I also noticed, and I didn't know if this was maybe because Shane is SmackDown, and the rest of them are obviously going to be heavily on Raw, or that's just the implication. But Shane is sort of separate from the other three. Mm-hmm. Like, it's obvious that Triple H has sort of replaced Shane in the heart of Vince McMahon.
Seems that way, yes.
You're the son I always wanted. Thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Dad. Next, Rusev promo. Full-on face Rusev.
Full-on win face Rusev, too. Boy, he was happy. Born on the same day as Jesus Christ himself.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. Or, so we're led to believe by the corporations of today.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like it was like January or something he was actually born?
Well, I don't know if they ever really know. I think they scheduled Christmas around the winter solstice.
Oh, yeah. Everything about that damn winter solstice. Anyways, yeah, Rusev was all about it. He said not only is it Rusev Day and Christmas, but it's my birthday.
Now it's going to be U.S. champ Rusev.
Yeah.
Next, Samoa Joe versus Jeff Hardy. Towards the end, Jeff Hardy hits a twist of fate, goes up for a swanton. Joe rolls out. And then Hardy starts beating up on Joe, starts hitting him with knees while Joe's on the mat. And rather than the ref just staying in the ring and counting them both out, he goes down and separates it and calls it for a DQ.
Yeah. Well, he tries to separate. I thought he'd try to separate it, but Jeff wasn't having any of it.
Yeah, no, I know, but it's
an
unusual implementation of that rule.
Yeah.
Because usually, if you're on the outside, you can be well on the way with someone I guess chair's a bad example of a standard match. That's a DQ. But you can be out there just like on top of somebody punching him for 10 seconds. You could count out.
Well, I would think
more often than not, they're not going to call for the bell.
Yeah, the ref was probably more just interested in Samoa Joe not dying at the point.
No, I know. In terms of advancing the story where Hardy loses it, I get it.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know. Having it happen on the outside didn't make a whole lot of sense.
It made me laugh because Hardy's knees to Joe were almost mechanical, and it just made me remember like how we do in the video game.
Oh, yeah, sit there. When you want to save your reversal.
You want to save your reversals, somebody just stomping you, just keeps on happening. It just gets cartoonish.
Yes.
That's what it was.
Yes.
But I like this. Hardy, he sends Joe over the announce table, but then Joe gets Jeff into the coquina clutch. So
Jeff passes out.
This continues along a similar trajectory for Samoa Joe and his feuds.
Yeah.
No real finishes until the blow off, and then he loses. I wonder if that's going to be the case here. I feel like Samoa Joe needs a win in a feud.
Yeah, he does.
But this seems like it's not going to be the feud that's going to be the case. I don't know. Maybe it will be. Maybe it won't be. But it doesn't feel like it.
No, it doesn't.
Joe was there to be the strongest loser wrestler.
I know. Yeah. Like he'll have one-off matches with people and win handily, and then he's in a feud, and the end always comes up short.
Yeah. Let's see here. After that, we had a Shinsuke Nakamura promo where he said, I'm totally losing this title tonight.
Yeah, need a face.
He said they never really did anything with that Nakamerica thing. I'm losing it. So, yeah, it was
So
nice.
I'll see y'all in All Elite Wrestling this summer.
Right, exactly.
Next, Usos are backstage talking about Christmas. I think it was Jay was saying, Jimmy, come over to my house.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville walk up, point above. There's mistletoe there.
Mandy wants to get some lip action from
And then Naomi
Uso.
comes in, I believe, throws a shoe.
That was hilarious. She came head full of steam out of nowhere, throwing a shoe, and then the absolution.
She was ready to fight.
They go scurrying away.
Yeah.
And she's ready to throw, like an episode of flipping Jerry Springer right there. My goodness gracious!
But then Mandy and Sonya leave. Jimmy's like, "Hey, mistletoe."
Yeah, mistletoe. He's like, it was gonna be Mandy, but now you're my wife. By the way, I'm Jay. That is such a fascinating thing to me. You got two twins that are in the workplace.
Identical twins. Always around each other. Yeah.
How did Naomi choose? How does that work? I'm assuming one of the Usos is just like, Naomi, I find her very attractive, intellectually stimulating, a fine champion, and goes up to her and, initiates the courting process.
Okay.
I would assume that's the case.
All right.
And so she's like, oh, well, that's the one that was interested. I'm going to find interest in him as well. Because they're the same person.
Well, they look the same.
They look the exact same.
Oh, the same personality per se.
Well, I'm sure there are differences that we can't see because we're not with them.
Yeah, obviously.
But man,
she is, and so she picked up on those differences.
Was there a period of confusion? Does she still get confused when they're wearing shirts?
Does she still look at their tattoos to find out who's who?
Right.
No, I doubt it.
What are you talking about? They literally are. They look the same. They probably use the same model in 2K19 and all the games before that they were in.
Except they got to change the tattoos.
Well, yeah, but the facial structures.
One of them, I think it's Jay, has a slightly longer beard.
They could just change that.
I noticed that. No, I'm saying
I'm sure they don't. I'm not saying they're devious.
I was noticing last night. I noticed I think Jay has a slightly longer beard going on.
It's so weird. Like, does she think, man, this guy is hot? And then she's like thinking, and is he like, she's looking at my brother also?
I don't know.
She's like, why have one when I got both?
I don't know, man.
It's such a weird scenario because it's not like I have a twin. He's back in Minnesota or something.
No, I know. It's like
they're together all the time.
I know. I have a twin and he's riding with us.
That would be so confusing.
To the next city.
That would be so confusing.
I don't know.
So I don't know. It's all weird. Somebody's got to write a book about that one. Next up, we had our main event: Rusev versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, they give this match a ton of time, like 20-some minutes.
This kicked off. I think the entrance is kicked off at the half-hour mark.
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a really fun match too.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
See, you mentioned the big fight feel, and I agree. Until I really started paying attention to the Nakamura Rusev Day chants, and noticed that nobody facing the hard A cam was saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
They were piped in. Minor annoyance, but
okay. And it's like way more obvious.
Yeah.
Because you can see the crowd a lot better, and they're just sitting there, not chanting something, and there's
hear a chant.
Yeah, exactly. So I noticed this in chat. Petite Sweet Girl says, I think Jay was already in a relationship when they met. When it's Jimmy. Jimmy is with Naomi, right?
Yeah, they're married. Yeah.
So he was like off limits.
I guess so.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But if he wasn't, what would have happened?
We'll never know.
We'll never know.
Never know.
Never know.
Never know. Never know.
Very crazy.
So at one point, Nakamura match would be over, but knowing that there was about 12 minutes left in the show, Nakamura kicks out.
Mm-hmm.
It got really good towards the end. This match did. A lot of false finishes.
Yeah.
We got a triangle from Nakamura. Rusev sells it like he's about to pass out. Counters with a powerbomb. And then again, Nakamura goes for another Kinshasa. Rusev responds with a clothesline. Nakamura gets up, eats a Machka kick. Rusev wins, new U.S. champion.
Yeah. They both look legitimately overwhelmed and happy, especially Lana. Her eyes were on that match the entire time. That was great. So, yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, I hope this means they're going to do something with it. Hey, you know what, man? I wouldn't even care if they hot potatoed that title with Nakamura a little bit,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Give us something a little bit different. They're not doing that right now with any of the titles. They're not doing the hot potato thing.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Yeah, use the title to advance the storyline.
Yeah.
Which they usually don't do. It's usually just a prize associated with the storyline.
Or build some people.
Yeah.
Have it go back to Nakamura.
As long as
Mustafa Ali
you're
US
creating some good stories. Yeah. Mustafa Ali be the perfect U.S. champion.
Although, did Mustafa Ali debut above the U.S. title?
Kind of feels that way. I mean, in his second match, he pinned the WWE champion.
It's so hard to think that, though. Like, are they really going to?
That's what I'm thinking. Is they're all on board Mustafa Ali. Either he's having a match with Daniel Bryan in the Rumble, or he's winning that Rumble.
There's no way he's going to win the Rumble.
You don't think so?
Boy, that'd be crazy. That'd be absolutely crazy. Is he your early pick for the Rumble now? Is he your dark horse pick?
It's either him or Seth right now.
Seth is my odds-on pick. Mustafa Ali might be my dark horse pick.
Yeah.
A little early for that, though.
Unless they announce a match against Daniel Bryan at the Rumble. What?
Nobody else declared.
Nope.
Still. Yep. Only one person's going to be in that Rumble. Oh, no, two. R-Truth and Drew.
So Drew will come out at number 1. He'll hang out in the ring for a good half hour until number 30 comes around.
Yeah.
R-Truth will be in there.
Yeah, and then he'll be out really quick.
Yeah, and Drew wins.
Drew. He wins. Oh, I win. Anyways, and then we had the punctuating segment for the night.
Yeah.
Which was really weird.
It was strange.
AJ Styles backstage, going to Vince's office. Vince comes and meets him, and he says, "Hello, AJ."
You know what it reminds me of? It's that scene in Boogie Nights where Burt Reynolds sees Mark Wahlberg and then walks back into the kitchen and introduces himself. That reminded me of.
Okay, yeah. What are you doing back here? Well, it's a long way to drive from Torrance.
Do you live in the valley? No, I live in Torrance.
Oh, Torrance. Oh.
It's a long way to drive to Torrance. How old are you, Eddie?
How old are you, Eddie? I have my papers. So anyways, yeah, he's like, AJ.
He says, who are you?
Who are you?
He goes, I'm AJ Styles, the face that runs the place.
Yeah, the man who built Smackdown Live.
The house that AJ Styles built.
Yeah. Well,
why didn't you compete on your own show?
Why is Daniel Bryan walking around? Why you just pace around backstage while Daniel Bryan's out there with that WWE title?
You're just hanging out backstage.
And he said,
I want to know who the real AJ Styles is. I want to know that.
It's like I feel like there's an animal inside you. No, he says there's a black hole in your heart.
You're a lot like me. You have a black hole in your heart.
There's an animal. I know.
There's a black hole in his heart. He's a family man. He's like the most joyful guy there is.
But here's the thing, though. All throughout AJ's most recent title run, they've been booking him where he's like basically unable to control his emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what Vince was trying to get at. Is like, don't try to control your emotions. Just run on pure instinct.
Or he was trying to hit on AJ.
That.
There could be that, too, because Vince...
There's an animal inside you. I want to see it. I want to show it. Show it.
Show me the animal.
May I see it, please?
Right now?
Yes.
Another scene from Boogie Nights.
So yeah, it was oddball. And then he says, I want to see the animal. And then AJ decks him.
No, Vince slaps him.
Oh, that's right. Vince slaps him.
And AJ pauses for a second.
Initiates the foreplay.
And then AJ decks him.
And then, AJ lays him out.
Jamie Noble, Adam Pearce show up.
Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing, AJ? Get out of here.
Separates them. Get AJ out of the room, and they cut down to Vince. And Vince, someone's asking, Vince, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Great, actually.
Awkward smile. So I guess in Vince's mind, right now, AJ is Bruce Banner. He wants him to be the Hulk.
He woke the beast.
Yeah.
Yeah. You won't like me when I'm angry.
Again, maybe more evidence that Mustafa Ali is in line for a huge face push because they turned AJ Styles heel.
Okay, so that's not a heel turn?
No, it's not. It's not
okay.
It's not at all.
Okay, so here's the thing. There's been a couple of questions about that. Number one, was it an AJ Styles heel turn? No, it wasn't. Number two, is this gonna write him off for a little bit, like a suspension or something, to like let him hang out with his family,
maybe.
or does Vince's reaction to this? Does that mean that he's going to stick around and he's going to... I don't know.
Well, I mean, I think Vince got what he wanted from this whole thing.
Yeah, right. So why would he suspend him?
He's not going to suspend him.
Yeah.
Not right now.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's going to be the case. The bigger question for me...
It goes back to what Vince apparently said to AJ when AJ was brought in. I want you to be my pit bull, right?
Can you be a pit bull?
Yeah.
I think that's what it comes... They're going full circle.
Okay, so I like that, but the problem is... Does this mean Vince is going to be involved in a storyline?
I hope not.
Because it feels like it, and I don't want it to be it.
Yeah, I agree with all that.
So that's my problem with it, is that although I guess there's something to be said for Vince being involved in a story with AJ, because AJ, that means that he's big deal, he's above title.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's not fun.
It's not ideal, no.
It's not.
No.
But I think it's another question about this. Did we get any more inkling, any more idea of how this McMahon shakeup is going to go down, what it means, what it entails? I mean, we had Mustafa Ali going over Andrade Almas in a really good match. I thought it was a really strong episode of SmackDown.
It was. We saw more club, more sanity.
Yeah.
Andrade was on TV 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
If this is an opportunity for talents who haven't been utilized to their fullest to actually get some TV time, if that's the only difference in the shakeup, I'd be totally content with that.
Yeah. A lot of people are suggesting this, and I'm kind of bearish on this. The idea that Vince is referencing being the Elite.
I saw that, but I didn't know what the reference was.
Yeah, maybe somebody can shed some light on that, because
someone in one of the super chats said something like, "Did Vince rip off the Young Bucks with?"
I mean, I know they did the super kick to Triple H, to Christopher Daniels' Triple H thing, giving their contract back to him, or their whatever.
I just wonder if there was a bit on being the Elite, talking about
like Vince himself. I don't know. I'm sure somebody here in chat
or
will
just the
enlighten us.
You gotta unleash the animal inside or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah,
like when they were talking to Hangman Page or something.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Flip going for the brass ring. I don't know. Maybe somebody will link us. I don't really watch. I watch Being the Elite when like something big happens. They're like, oh my god, there's a big announcement. But otherwise, I just sort of kind of miss it.
Like this weekend or early next week when they have their first one of 2019 and they announce all Elite Wrestling probably.
Yeah. I'll watch that one for sure.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, let's answer some questions out
RTGTZ, Merry Christmas, friendos. Quick question. Who would benefit most from the Becky Lynch treatment on the Raw side in 2019? Who's someone who may not be being booked correctly, given a change of direction and character, and benefiting immensely from it?
So they're just saying it's the brass ring thing with Flip Gordon.
Oh, okay. Finn Balor. Darth Yoda, Vince trolling Young Bucks skit with AJ. Yeah, he mentions that too. A couple here from Adam Mayhem. Says, Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. Merry Christmas to you too.
Merry Christmas.
Champs. And he also says, Project Beta Wildcard Finals tonight, 7 p.m.
Yeah, he's a Twitch affiliate now. He's road to Twitch streamer full-time guy.
Awesome. Astros J5, his demons are still there, but not taking over yet. I'm guessing Jeff Hardy. I'm guessing. Nick Failer, is AJ turning heel? Doesn't the company have enough heels already? Merry Christmas, you guys. No, he's not.
I don't think that's a heel turn.
He's going to be like an intense, aggressive face.
But I mean, that does sort of beg the question: what next for AJ Styles?
Well, assuming it's not another match because Daniel Bryan,
right? Yeah.
Then I don't know, because it's not going to be Joe. It's not going to be Nakamura. Ray. Yeah, but Ray's still involved
a super face
with Orton.
And he's a super face.
Well, I remember reading online that there might be plans for Orton Styles at Mania.
Oh, yeah, there you go. We referenced an animal, Viper, Snake Man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mr. Michael Law, 2011, in Austin Powers' voice, who throws a shoe?
Who throws a shoe? Honestly. Let's see here. Wolfpack for life. What is the best Royal Rumble and why?
92 when Flair wins. Title was vacant. It was actually a really well booked fun Rumble. And then it was a weird amalgam of really good wrestlers like Flair and Macho Man with all the weird early 90s stuff. It's a fun Rumble.
We're gonna do a Rumble for our next Going In Raw view.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna put the options up for our patrons soon.
Yes.
But yeah, it's going to be Rumble. 92 is going to be on there.
One of the options.
Wolfpack for Life here mentions that his favorite is the 2010 Rumble because it had CM Punk's sermon, HBK's obsession with fighting Undertaker, Edge's return, and Beth Phoenix in the men's Rumble. because there was only the Men's Rumble. He says also it was the very first pay-per-view he watched, so he's a little biased.
Oh.
So that's cool. That's a good answer
there. Josh Little, did you get my package from the post office?
I have not gone to the post office because it's crazy. I'll probably go today. So stay tuned. Eddie Jose Guevara Menivar. What else, other than a punch from AJ Styles, does Mr. McMahon get turned on by? He might be one of those asphyxiation guys.
Autoerotic asphyxiation.
Autoerotic asphyxiation.
I don't want to speculate on that.
That's like the worst way to go out, man.
Seems like it.
Right?
Yeah.
All you're trying to do is, pull it off. And that's really extreme.
I know, it is. Eduardo Cabo Verde. Want to break up the Usos? Why not some twin magic?
Smurf Galloway says, this is confirmed Vince or one of the higher-ups watch Being the Elite. Alex C. here in chat got it right. He says, if anything, it was a low-level writer who pitched it to Vince, and Vince liked it.
Yeah. Josh Little. When I saw this, I thought I was in the Twilight Zone. Don't know what that reference is. Nate Williams. How was your Christmas, Stephen Larson? Hope you had a good one. It was good.
Yeah, it was. I had a good Christmas.
Yeah,
it was good.
Ate a lot of food.
I mean, at this age, you're just happy to see your kids be happy.
Yes, exactly.
You know,
exactly.
We got Alabama on little kitchen sets, and she was all about it.
Oh,
yeah, because she was like in your kids' room the entire time we were over there.
Yeah, the kitchen thing. Yeah,
yeah, she loved the kitchen thing.
Rich Hardesty, Flip grabbing brass ring and Young Bucks excitingly liking it. So that's the reference people are seeing.
Yeah, I can see that. I guess I can see that then. I can see that. KJ, here we go. Push one, trade one to Raw. One remains at their current position. Almas, Joe, and Mustafa Ali. So push one,
move one to Raw, and one stays the current position.
I would say...
Well, I'd say keep Mustafa Ali his current position because it seems like he's already getting a push.
Yeah, move Joe to Raw, push Almas.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Man, y'all need to start upvoting these questions on the Patreon. I'm going to move over to the Discord and see if anybody has questions there.
There were some people that had first-time questions over there.
Oh, this is good. Alex C. says, how about the Rumble this year has a finish like the Rumble 94, except 3 people win. Seth, Mustafa Ali, and AJ all hit the ground at the same time. Do you know how difficult that would be to coordinate? Even production-wise, like having to line them all up. Okay, let's do it in slow motion.
Yeah, no. That would be tough.
Lil Eris, does the announcement of the women's tag titles foreshadow how that division will be managed? It's kind of interesting. The parallel that I see is between the NXT UK men's division and the women's division.
Oh, everybody's forming teams to...
I feel like the NXT men's division simply needs a mid-level belt.
I know.
You know, you get a mid-level belt that everybody is just forming. Talk about too many people in one spot.
I know.
They signed way too many people.
I know.
All just to decimate the UK scene.
The indie scene there. I know, excuse me. It is a bummer.
Oh, here you go. JJ, first-time friendo. Just want to say you guys are awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
His question is, at this point, it's sort of like just this era of wrestling inside and outside, especially outside WWE, has been like, one of the best eras, I think.
Yep. Ryan Henderson asks, where's the Four Lights podcast? Keep up the great work. Listen to you guys since 10 for the win. Thank you, Ryan.
Jeff is supposed to be showing up here in town sometime early January, and we're going to try to crank out a bunch of episodes then, so hopefully it'll come back soon. I just haven't had any time to think about that stuff. Max Zero, if WWE were to decide they no longer want Corey Graves to be announcing both Raw and SmackDown, which show would you keep him on? Who'd replace him on the other? If anyone, I would keep him on SmackDown Live.
Yeah.
It's my favorite show.
Yes.
Him and Tom Phillips have better chemistry than Graves and anybody else. And over there on Raw, they're doing that thing with Graves and Renee, and it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work.
It's terrible.
It doesn't work.
So who would you replace?
Nigel McGuinness. Because we saw with the very first United Kingdom tournament that Nigel and Michael Cole called.
Yeah.
They were pretty good together.
That's a good idea. I like that. That's good. Nigel.
Jose GGR. You guys talked about Ali maybe challenging Bryan at the Rumble. If I remember, years back, WWE used to use the Rumble as an opportunity for new title contenders like John Morrison and Dolph Ziggler. Could going back to this be one of the changes moving forward? Maybe. I mean, I think that'd be great, but you still got the smart money's on Seth Rollins right now. Absolutely on Seth Rollins.
Wonderlip says, what should AJ Styles do at Mania, and why not John Cena?
Because Daniel Bryan's be taking on John Cena. Or Mustafa Ali.
Mustafa Ali versus John Cena.
Mustafa Ali versus AJ Styles.
Cena passes the torch. How about this? Mustafa Ali runs a gauntlet. It's a torch passing gauntlet. He fights John Cena and The Undertaker and the returning Roman Reigns all in a sequence. Beats them all. He gets Brock Lesnar. And he gets all the torches.
Okay.
All the torches are now with Mustafa Ali.
All right.
Mark Rosser says, is just me, or does the fake crowd reaction just ruin the show for being so obviously placed?
Yeah, some like the dueling chants. It's pretty obvious they were piped in.
I'll be honest. I was paying attention to the match, but like I didn't have the sound on that loud. I heard just enough to hear the crowd reaction.
Yeah.
It didn't bother me because I was sort of half paying attention. If you're totally paying attention, then yeah, it's goofy as heck. It's super goofy.
And why would the crowd chant for Nakamura when there's been a Nakamura chant in like 8 months?
They appreciate good wrestling. They appreciate Nakamura. I appreciate Nakamura. I appreciate that outfit he was in. He looked like $1 million.
Oh heck yeah,
he looked great in that.
Yeah, I prefer that one over the blue and black one.
That's interesting. Really?
Yeah.
I figured to be more like the more garish.
No, I mean I like the bright blue.
Yeah.
I just feel like the blue one looks more like a leisure suit.
I thought that's what you liked about it.
I do. I'm a complex man.
You are, man. Always twisting and turning.
Yep.
Yeah.
Iconic Bud Ryan. Is Cena ever going to get a 17th? Probably eventually.
Oh, and then they also announced, we called this one, Santa Vince announced that Drew and Dolph are going to be in a steel cage
match. Yep, cage match.
Is that happening
on
at Raw?
Yeah.
When are they filming?
They're doing Raw Friday and SmackDown Saturday.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's cool. So we'll have spoilers for that in 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
2 days. Let's see.
Stevie Bradley wants to know if we'll ever see an Inferno match again. Probably not. I just want him back in the video games.
Well, you can light a table on fire.
Not on the main roster anymore, but in the game, yes.
No, in the game. That's what I was talking about.
No, I want a full-on Inferno match.
Inferno matches in reality, unless you're on you're in FMW circa 1994, they're not very good.
No, they're not.
You know, like they're just too cheesy. In the game, I really want them though, because remember in the game you just like hold the dude in the fire.
If you start mashing buttons, do that in the minigame.
Yeah, that was great. Let's see here. Oh, we have chat trivia.
Yeah, you do have chat trivia.
Let's do chat trivia.
Get some cards. My days are all mixed.
Or just trivia. Sorry, it's just trivia. Chat trivia is in the Patreon. Hey, by the way, oh man, I forgot to give. I'll do patron shout outs tomorrow. I like doing it at the head of the show. Bump, ba bump, ba bump, bump, ba bump, ba bump. The anticipation builds. Here we go. Inspector Butts here in Discord asks, who are your picks for the first women tag champions? There's a lot of answers for that. So Sasha and Bayley are way too obvious to be the first ones.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like they're doing this thing now where they prefer to like start off with like a heel champion. So they can chase it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say
Riot Squad.
Oh, that's a good answer. I was going to go with the Iconics. Or no, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. They seem to be getting
That'd be a
pushed.
good choice.
It's going to be either one of those, but your idea of the Riot Squad are good too.
This is a fun card. 10 wrestlers with the most WrestleMania matches.
Okay. Hogan?
Yeah.
HBK?
Mm-hmm.
Undertaker?
Mm-hmm.
Triple H?
Yes.
Okay. Orton?
Mm-hmm.
see here. Who else? Bret Hart?
Yeah.
Okay. Uh-oh. 7. This is sort of a heat check right here. The Rock.
No.
Cena.
Yes.
Okay. So I've got 2 more. Edge.
No.
No?
No.
Interesting. All right.
Get one more.
I will go with Savage?
No.
Bummer.
Kane.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Kane.
Big Show, which is interesting because for the longest time his gimmick was not being at WrestleMania. And Chris Jericho.
Okay. All right. I was sort of bullish. Yeah, Jericho. Jericho makes all the sense in the world. And I guess Big Show, too. Yeah. All right.
What do you got for me?
This should be fun. It's kind of similar. 10 most Royal Rumble appearances.
Goodness.
Who's got the most Royal Rumble appearances?
Kane.
He is number 1.
Big Show.
Yes.
Undertaker.
Yes.
Triple H.
Yes.
Jericho.
Yes.
Cena.
No.
Dang, he's usually champion. Edge.
No.
Orton.
No.
Oh wow.
2 more guesses.
The
remaining ones are kind of surprising. I'll put it this way. The rest of them are not necessarily main eventers.
Yeah. It's people who've been around for a while.
There's one kind of main eventer. One of them is very surprising, actually.
Dolph.
No. Who's been in the company for probably the longest time? Going back a ways.
Not Dolph, huh? Not Kane, not Big Show. Oh, I'm drawing a blank now. Oh, Goldust?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, someone here says Kofi.
No, not Kofi. Mark Henry and Viscera were the other 2. Yeah. Viscera I would not have thought at all. But maybe, he goes back to the golden era and goes through the Attitude Era. Yeah. So I guess that makes sense. Anyways. That's it for the stream.
Yep. Patrons, stick around. We got chat trivia right here.
Yeah, $1 and up patrons for this one.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because we haven't done this week. I forgot to put up the bonus episode yesterday. So, yeah, anyways, that's it for show. Let's get some music. Hilton, let's get some music. We can still do music. No intro, but we'll do music. There you go. Some music for you. So, yeah, $1 and up patrons. Stick around. About 10 minutes so. We'll be live with our post-show, our bonus episode, Overrun.
Overrun.
Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, talk to you guys later.
Goodbye.